Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Romzi. I'm from C class. Now I'm going to present my thesis proposal. The title of my proposal is the implementation of simple present-based learning syntax, improve vocabulary element in teaching speaking. Now I'm going to explain the first chapter. The first one is background of study. Speaking is one of English skill, plays important roles in this the most spoken language in the world countries. It becomes a tool on wide idea. According to research, states the mastery of speaking skill in English is priority for many second language or foreign language learners. In addition, speaking is the aspect skill that always promoted at school and university. Based on the statement, we can say that the most language learners are targeting speaking skill as the main skill that should be the default mean. The recent research also found one condition that the class was not so interactive. It was only teacher who talked. The students were much silent and just paid attention to the expression of their lecture. And then that is the part of record of study. Focus of the study. Based on statement above, the research will focus on simple project-based learning. Syntax to teach speaking skills, especially vocabulary element. 11th grade at SMN 1 Sembalun, school year 2023 and until 2024. And the next to purpose of the study, to find out simple project-based learning syntax, improve speaking skills, especially vocabulary element. At 11th grade student of SMN 1 Sembalun, school year 2023 and then 2024. How the implementation of simple project-based learning syntax improve speaking skills, especially vocabulary element. At 11th grade student of SMN 1 Sembalun, year 2023 until 2024, this study was designed to guide theoretical and practical contribution of the teaching of speaking in SMN 1 Sembalun. And then the next, second, theoretical. The result of the study was expected to give valued knowledge in the teaching speaking through a simple project-based learning technique at SMN 1 Sembalun. And then third, practicality. The data information that gathered in this study were expected to be useful for the teacher and the student. And then for the teacher, the result of this study was expected to give contribution to solve the shortcoming of teaching speaking. For the student, all the participants during the process of implementation simple project-based learning syntax increase their speaking through new learning strategy that increase their motivation and improve their speaking assessment. Next to second chapter. The second chapter is review of literature and hypothesis. I will explain about language. What is language now? Language is the tool of communication. According to Richard and Reader's stage, language is the functional view that language is reason or expression of functional meaning. From those theories of language, language is still used to communicate which is more complete and effective to convey the idea, message, purpose, feeling, and opinion to other people. It is one of the implementation of language function in society. The main purpose of the teaching strategy is to provide ease of learning so that in teaching great attention must be given to students. The conclusion, the purpose of using the teaching strategy is of influence the stage of motivation and effectiveness of the learner of select, vision, organize, or integrate knowledge. The next to be project-based learning. Project-based learning is a learning model that makes students the subject or center of learning, emphasizing the learning process which has an end result in the form of a product. Project-based learning provides opportunity for centered learning system in the student. More collaborative, students are actively involved the competent projects independently and working together in teams and integrating problems real and practical. The goals to be achieved for students are very diverse. For example, thinking skill, social skill, physicomotor skill, and skill process. According to Zhu, this learning curriculum aims to improve quality in imagination and creativity, secure human value, developing one's potential, developing critical thinking, and develop a committed and responsible personality. The lack of total student enrollment learning is due to students not making enough effort to find improvement themselves. And this reduces the meaning of active and effective learning. As a result, from a cognitive perspective, it is also lacking. As evidenced by the brain's assessment, the value of learning outcomes in real competencies is still less than the minimum competency standard. Often the teacher have to carry out remedial measures. Efforts to overcome this problem require effective learning activities to form students so they can learn independently without forgetting cognitive, affective, and physicomotor aspects. One of it is by using project-based learning. Project-based learning is learning model in the form of real tasks such as project work in groups and then to gain meaningful learning experience. Next to speaking. There are some definitions of speaking that have been developed by some experts about speaking skill. According Sheridan say that speaking is inability to produce articulation, sound, or words to express feelings, idea, or opinion. And the next to according Irawati. They believe that speaking is one of the central elements of communication of interactive process in which individual alternately takes the role of speaker and listener use communications in information, ideas, and emission to addressing oral language. From the definition, by the expert it can be said that speaking is about the able to communicate with others in constructing information, ideas, and emission so that listeners understand what we want to produce. Next to the study hypothesis. The hypothesis of this study can be formulated as the project-based learning. Procedure is effective to improve vocabulary element in teaching speaking. Next to relevant study, the project-based learning in teaching speaking implements as one of the proper efforts for the betterment process of teaching speaking for learners. This study looks at the previous studies which were related to this study. The following study were used by present research. And then next to theoretical framework. This research was built by some theories which are connect each other and relate to project-based learning as the ideal technique in teaching speaking. Okay, there is the according to none. Mastering the art of speaking is the single most important aspect of learning second of foreign language. And success is measured in terms of the ability to carry out of conversation in the language. From this statement, we know that leadership discussion is not true together many leaders in discuss about important things. This strategy will be great opportunity for everyone to explain the value of learning. Hopefully, in the future, the ability of the student in speaking will be better. Okay, next to the last medicine proposal. Okay, now I will explain the third chapter. That is research methodology. The first one is research design. The design used in this research is descriptive qualitative. Descriptive research is research projects to describe a variable, either one or more independent variable without making comparisons, or variables that are related to another variable. According to Sugiono, this research is included in qualitative descriptive design because it is intended to explore the use of project-based learning to improve vocabulary elements in teaching speaking. And the second is setting of the study. The research setting refers to the phase and the time the research is conducted. Research will conduct this at SMAN 1 Sembalun for kelas 10 student at SMAN 1 Sembalun. And then another third is population and the sample of the study. Research participants are the population and the research sample. The participants in this research were students of SMAN 1 Sembalun. In this case, the research took class 10 students of SMAN 1 Sembalun as research participant. And then the fourth, data collection technique. In this session, this research will explain how to analyze the data. Data analysis was carried out by describing the result of observation. After that, the research present explain the result of the interview. The current research also explore the use of project-based learning to improve vocabulary elements in teaching speaking. And then five, data analysis. Activities in this analysis model include data reduction and data display. And then the last is conclusion. The third step is drawing conclusion and verification. The initial conclusion put forward are still temporary and will change if not strong if evidence is found to support the next stage of data collection. Thus, conclusion in qualitative research may be able to ensure the focus of research that was focused from the beginning, but may not be because, as has been stated, that the focus of research in qualitative research is still temporary and will develop after research is in the file. Okay, I think that's all my presentation about my seminar proposal. Thank you so much. And then the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.